been a governor for 4 years. I realised quite early actually that there's a lot of similarities with games development, that I could take a lot out of my role as a governor and apply that into our work setting. For example, when we're developing features as a game, that's a whole studio-wide endeavour, and we're working with multiple teams and trying to bring together all the content and technology. It's very similar to how schools develop their curriculum, ensuring that a child's journey through the school and through the years from when they begin and leave has to be a well-connected journey, so that when they leave primary school and go on to secondary school, they're ready for what comes next. It's not a simple task to kind of put together a curriculum and ensure it is all connected, because there are so many dependencies between teachers in certain years, and ensuring that the learning finishes here at one point, and then when the children move classes for the next year, it all connects, and that any learning they've got in these previous years is reinforced and built on in those years going forwards. And it kind of showed me the way teachers have to work together and communicate a lot to kind of make sure everybody's on the same page and they know what's going to happen. In game development, it's very similar. So we kind of have, you might think of a more traditional model of game designers write a design, it goes to the engineers who are going to kind of implement that and make it look great in game. The engineers are going to pull together the content, like the animations, the audio, the models and the meshes, and they're going to put all that together. And at the end, you're going to end up with a brilliant feature, sort of combat scenario or something like that. And then it will go to QA, and QA will test it, and they'll say, yeah, good, thumbs up. But it doesn't really work like that. It's not really like that, because creativity in game development is iterative. You're constantly actually, in reality, going backwards and retrying things. So you'll try something, realise that it just doesn't work. It doesn't feel nice to play. So what I try to do at work now is we get people talking more, and it's less about skills of individuals have, because we hire great people who can make fantastic art and write really good technology and things like that, but that isn't enough to make great games and great features. What makes great features and great games is when people work together well and when they gel. So what we try to do is we try to coach people in how to kind of work with others and how to work well together and to communicate and share and be honest and transparent about things, so that when we're going through the process, and it is highly iterative, going backwards and forwards, everybody knows where we're heading and what we're trying to achieve. One of the most important things though is that these people work together well. So we have regular team building events where we try to encourage people from different disciplines to mix together and do activities outside of work, because the one thing that we notice is that when people socialise together and they work well together as well, and they have a lot of empathy for each other and their kind of stresses and challenges that they have in their roles. So we try to make time every couple of weeks to have learning and development afternoons. So this primarily started within engineering, where we take the afternoon and just say, we're not going to do any production work. You can do a little side project of your own, do some personal learning, as long as it's something to do with your job role or something to do with the game. And over time, we've brought other disciplines into this L&D, like the audio team, and you can often find that people naturally gravitate together and sort of make little features. And it's worked quite well, because in some cases, these have gone on to be features in the game and they get picked up and developed, which is a great kind of outcome of something that's just we haven't really planned.
So now you've been there for 4 years, and during these 4 years no one has really known what you've been doing at Dambuster, and so you've been this cool games developer boss, part of the governors, and now all of a sudden your game is about to come out and it's going to be visually
gory zombie game on the market. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a world away from school governance and primary education, but it's strange how, you know, the aspects of you know, how you kind of educate children and oversee how that works is going to help us deliver on that promise to make this game. And I think some of the investment we put in all those years ago and the learnings we brought to things are really helping us as we close down the project now, and we're starting to see the rewards from all that structure and planning and talking and making sure that the team as a unit is functioning well, and because the critical part of a game is the finalization period of 6 months, which we're right in the middle of now, and it's key to keep everyone together. So all those skills that people have got, an ability to talk and kind of quickly react and understand problems and connect the dots together, is what is going to help us fix the bugs, make sure it runs on all the platforms that we're delivering on, and ultimately delivers on that intent we set out with 4 or 5 years ago with the game.
And then, of course, free games to all the kids at school.
Yeah, no, I don't think, yeah. I don't think I'd be on the make any friends with the parents if we did.